I've watched a fair few movies. I mean, I think 28 Days Later is probably one of my favourite ones.
My ultimate zombies would have to be the Resident Evil series.
Of all time, actually, The Last of Us, which is a zombie game.
Hi, my name is Dominic Aston and I am a previous and current volunteer for 2.8 Hours Zombie Run.
My name is Matthew, Matthew Edwards. Most people call me Matt. And I am recently a graduate of Swansea University.
My name is Adele Berry. I'm a self-employed childcare worker.
At the moment, I'm working in a charity in Cardiff Bay.
Bake and decorate cakes for a living at home.
We help kids in the local area with, their schoolwork, maths, English, science, that sort of thing.
Last summer I was invited by Sony Pictures to be the UK ambassador for promotions on their new film, The Smurfs 2.
I quite like reading and writing. In fact, I really like reading and writing. Hopefully one day I'd like to publish my own book, but that's assuming my writing is good enough. And I also really like films, video games, anything that's sort of, it's a good way of procrastination, basically. Games especially, I think. That's a good one.
I'm an energetic person. I do rugby 2 nights a week, as well as working part-time. I have a very hectic schedule with a young daughter who's just as mad as I am.
My name's James Will. I am the writer and director of 2.8 Hours Later here at Slingshot, and yeah, that's about it about me. Well, it starts with the Simons, Simon Johnson, Simon Evans, who are the company directors. I believe it was set up thinking it'd be a one-off. You can never anticipate the success of these things, nor the way in which people are going to gel with it, and it was just phenomenally well received. People were just so excited to actually be able to go around chasing people through the city. I mean, it's just a delight. But from the volunteers and from the players themselves, it just went from strength to strength.
Basically a double amputee, so I'm lying there looking a bit corpsey, not moving, and my idea is I've got to then start crawling after them, and they've got to lure me out.
Tips from veteran zombies on surviving 2.8 hours later. I don't know, lots of things. Run. We don't kid, we do mean run. Decide where you're going to run before you do it, because people zigzagging get killed.
Right, do you want to go and get on?
All we're going to do tonight is get the makeup process and stuff. It's just, there's all sorts. The experienced zombies have got all sorts knocking around in films and footage.
Is there anyone from Zone 4? Zombie!
Okay, well, I first got involved with 2.8 Hours Later through Facebook, and that was the first time I'd heard about it. So I thought, I want to get involved with this. How do I get involved with this?
I got involved with 2.8 Hours by trying to petition to get them down here in the first place, and then once I finally found out that they were here, I put my name down as a volunteer, and I had so much fun.
And they were still looking for volunteers at the time. And if you're a volunteer, you also happen to get a free ticket. And then they train you on how to be a zombie, what sort of thing, like different types of walks you might do, how not to injure yourself, and also just other general safety tips, as well as how to be convincing when being a zombie. It's your small group in this area, which is very sort of volatile. Anybody you meet, be it zombies or people, it could be an enemy, very few friends, and of course everybody's trying to have the common goal of not being caught by the living dead.
It's got this real accessibility to it. It's really all-encompassing. We have such a wide demographic of fans and players for our game, but I think that's true of the genre as a whole. You see all walks of life, from I kid you not, page 3 models right down to lawyers, to teachers who are just coming out of the woodwork, who are just insanely passionate about it. And I think it is accessibility. It's perhaps the inevitability as well, banding people together.
I'm just a zone manager, so basically there just to make sure everything works logistically.
I work in mental health services for older people.
Basically, my boss offered me the job, said, do you want to go play a zombie? I went, yeah, right, why not? So, yeah, here I am.
The fear that you feel from the adrenaline rush is pretty much as realistic as it's going to be.
Sometimes we get told off for being too scary.
In the game, they really do. You know, they really get really pumped, and sometimes they get really scared, and I kind of feel bad for them, but only for a couple of seconds.
It is a bizarre industry to work in because everything is real.
Yesterday there was a girl who was quite scared, so we had to walk her through it and make sure she was okay.
Even if you do know what's happening, you're still going to get really scared.
In one situation, we were in the field and we were being so scary. People were absolutely going crazy, screaming and running around. Someone even dropped to the floor and surrendered themselves.
Personally, I like to do a sort of thing where I drag one of my feet and chase after them in that method, whilst also sort of clawing my hands, sort of like beckoning them to come towards me.
As a genre, there's always been about social commentary. As contemporary developments with Russia and the Ukraine are sort of bubbling away, and the fact that, you know, your parents and my parents lived under the Cold War, which was mutually assured destruction for 40 years. I don't think it's unrealistic to see that obsession with apocalyptic drama is actually stemmed from the fact that is a very tangible threat.
With the way the government like to do secrets, I absolutely, definitely believe this could happen. And I wouldn't be surprised it already has somewhere and they're trying to cover it up. I don't know if I would survive the apocalypse. I hope I would. If I got a game plan and prep enough, I would blow out my staircase coming up to my flat. And we would have to look into finding places for food, finding places for equipment, looking up how to make certain weapons like homemade bows and arrows. You can find tools for that on the internet and everything like that, and that's how I'm preparing. But we're also looking at trying to find the closest army barracks and learning how to hotwire cars, because that would be a good thing to know.
If somebody approached me and said, I don't know how to portray a zombie, or I don't even know, what a zombie is, I would say the most accurate thing is to act slightly drunk, and also slightly hungover in the same vein.
My description of a zombie would be a reanimated corpse with very primal functions.
How's that?
Brilliant.
That was really good.
I saw something sitting on your bed. I saw something touching your head.